Yo, I am tired of this shit, yo. Like, I've literally written letters and filed complaints to Congress, I think, like to a website that's supposed to be the Criminal Justice Department, explaining what's been going on, explaining about them doing what they're doing with my passcode and kidnapping women and shit. And like, I'm not trying to scare everybody. I'm really not, even though I look like Grizzly Adams. But no, I'm really not. I love my babies. Okay, that's the women that are on my passcode that fall in love with me. I love them, but they are on my passcode. There's certain people on my passcode, about at least maybe 100, but about 5 that I know of for sure that are manipulating my passcode. Now, I only have 15 seconds to explain, but they're taking what I'm thinking and they're changing it from what I'm actually saying, and then they're getting these girls to meet them, okay, and it's not right, dude, because I'm not meeting any of them. It's the Illuminati and shit and other people that are evil and fucked up, and honestly, they need to fuck off, and they need to, like, God doesn't even know this. Like, God knows everything, yet he doesn't know they're on my passcode, manipulating my passcode. He hasn't figured that out. So I don't feel helpless, but in a way, it's just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, if he doesn't even know this, then how the fuck are they gonna know this? What do I gotta do to get through to you that they're on my passcode, changing from what I'm thinking, changing it to what they want it to say? So what they're doing is they're taking it, so I'll think like, I'm having a nice day, it's a nice day out, I'm having a pretty good day. And they'll change it to when girls are talking to me on my passcode, and I won't tell you how they are, they just are, and they'll say, I'm having a good day, let's go meet at the Garden Square in Bellevue Boulevard. And then the girl on the passcode would be like, okay, let's go to Bellevue Boulevard. And then they think they're meeting me, and it's someone from the Illuminati, or somebody else who's evil, okay? Even though the Illuminati and I do have fun as far as being friends and getting along, and we joke and shit, and we share some laughs. Ultimately, what they're doing is still evil, and I don't stand for it. So what they'll do is they're on my passcode, and they're saying, taking me thinking I'm having a pretty good day today, it's nice out, and they're changing it to, while girls are talking to me, to, it's a nice day out, let's meet at Bellevue Boulevard. That's not what I'm saying. They're just altering, manipulating what I'm saying. So they're meeting all these girls at Bellevue Boulevard, or wherever the fuck, and I'm unaware of this. I don't know this is going on. I know they're doing this now. I've been aware of it for a few months at least, and I keep writing letters to Congress or the Criminal Justice Department, and no one does anything. I posted on my Instagram, I wrote on my Facebook, listen to your fathers. Do not go to meet me, even if it sounds like it's me, on my passcode. And they're covering up my passcode. I've been trying to tell what has been going on for 5 years now. Or like 4 or 5 years, 3 to 4 or 5 years. And they've been, this stupid blimp bitch cunt and her daughter, okay, started with them, and her son who got his head chopped off, who I thought was Anthony Hopkins, who it's not Anthony Hopkins, but I thought it was him. It's a long story, a long fucking story. But they've been covering up my passcode with hatred, their hatred over my passcode for literally years now. And that's how it started. And it's just been hatred piled on hatred. And guess what happens when hatred keeps building up? It turns into legitimate, pure evil. Okay? And I don't stand for that. I understand how everything works, but I don't stand for evil. I don't do evil things. Okay? Like, I don't. Evil things just hurt people, and it's not cool. I stand for good and love. Okay? I believe in God. And I know all 4 angels, Lucifer, Gabriel, Raphael, and Michael, and I practiced my Michael for 10 years, and my dad is going to name me Michael before I was born. But that's besides the point. Like, I get it as far as the concept of all 4 goes, but the point is, dude, like, when are you at the point? Like, I wake up in the morning and I hear my babies on my passcode every morning, and I should be able to talk to them, and I should be able to say, hey babies, good morning, and they should be able to hear me, and we should be able to go on. And dude, whoever's trying to talk to me right now, fuck you, dude. You understand? Fuck you. I'm making a video. Go fuck yourself. Okay? Seriously, fuck off, dude. And if you want to say something to me, come up to my face and try to annoy me, and I'll beat the shit out of you. You understand? God, and you want to know why we've been losing? This love versus hate thing, why it seems like we've been losing, why like this has been going on. And I said this once, and I guess I'm going to have to post this to my YouTube or my Facebook, or I'm going to have to figure out how I post a long video on Instagram, because really, it doesn't let me do that because it's hatred that is... Everything's supposedly made out of love, right? That's the leader of the Rockefellers, makes everything out of love. But it's like we let out our hate and then there's love. So it's made with love, but then there's hate, or the other way around. It's made with love for sure. But it's like everything to me is like how the world is being run. It seems like it's by hate sometimes. Like it seems like it's literally a block. Like it blocks love from being able to run things. Like the world has so much more potential to be happy that I'm aware of, that we're not being able to access because these faggots are on my passcode. Okay? Like, this guy just came along. Guaranteed that was the Illuminati just sending him in, trying to fuck me up in some sort of way, making this speech. Pretty fucking sure. This always happens. That type of shit, though. That type of shit's always happening, dude. Okay? Like, and as far as for the guy... And I'm not trying to look cool here, even though I am. Like, maybe it's wrong that I try to look cool. He harassed me and antagonized me for 3 to 4 months. This kid, who I thought was Anthony Hopkins, it was someone else who got his head chopped off by the leader of ISIS. Okay? That her mom blames me for his death. And the leader of ISIS is gone. He died, but... yeah, I'm sure. But him, he harassed and antagonized me for 3 to 4 fucking months while I was homeless on the street. Like, I'd walk up to a stop sign or a stoplight, and he'd be like, oh, you would shoot me? You're not special? I'd walk up to the next stop sign, and he'd be like, oh, you wouldn't shoot me? You are special. Oh, you would shoot me? You aren't special? Oh, you would shoot me? You're not special. He would do shit like that, like, while I was walking homeless, because he knew I was in love with this chick who was in love with me, that he somehow had the money to access, because their family did illegal-ass bullshit to access them. Their family... took my idea of being Michael and got rich off it. So he pretty much, the hatred started there. He blocked me from seeing the girl I fell in love with 5 years ago, Brittany, and he blocked me. He stopped me from, and I'll never stop loving them, but he literally made it so I couldn't see her, and literally made it so I couldn't see her, and that's it. Like, he got to see her first. They were supposed to, the people who run the world, right, to make sure everything's run fair, even though the world's a bunch of pussies in my opinion, but to make sure everything's run fair. I was supposed to legitimately meet her at the church at Freezing Nights, and he was supposed to meet her, and then whoever she picked was supposed to win. That's how it was supposed to go down. Well, their family didn't give me an opportunity to meet her. Okay, I never got to meet her. And I knew that person was going to die when I bit into the apple at the church. And no, I'm not evil for doing that. I just knew he was going to die, because they didn't give me a chance to meet her. And that's the way it is. And she blames me for her son's death. All this is her blaming me for her son's death, right? I got a couple of people blaming me for shit that it is not my fault. Like, if you harass and antagonize me for 3 to 4 months, and then you literally torture me to the point where I couldn't even put a leaf from a plant in my mouth because I'm so fucking hungry over the passcode you're doing this, physically making it so I couldn't put a leaf in my mouth from a plant, the only thing I had to eat. That's how hungry I was starving, and I couldn't even do that, which is like torture. And 4 of your friends are ganging up on me doing this with the chick I fell in love with you, that you're trying to show off to. Like, however I reacted the moment after that, right, after that happening to me, if that resulted in his death, then oh well, dude, like, you had that coming for you. I'm sorry, but you did. I have no shame in saying that. I just reacted to that. And if you don't react to that, you're a pussy, or you got a lot of built up shit, which is going to be let out in some other way, probably in a fucked up way and not a good way. So sorry I reacted to him doing that to me. Wow. If that resulted in his death, he shouldn't have tortured me with his fucking friends then. You know? If I didn't react, I would be a pussy. So, it's got a lot of shit on it. It's 10 minutes of shit. But my point is, I should make a shorter clip so it goes on my Instagram, and I will. I'll post this to my YouTube. Okay? It's been... So their hatred, their family blamed me for their son's death, so them on my passcode. I even gave them my password, which is funny, but I gave them my password, which is great. I don't even want to talk about that, the dreams I've had lately. But I gave them my password, and I don't want to talk about my fucking password. It is funny to me because I'm not going to go and defend myself and explain that either. But they got on my password, and regardless of that, that's them taking advantage of me being nice, trying to be friends with them by telling them my password. which is unfortunate. I believe the world turned the Illuminati evil, not to change topics, but I think the world did turn the Illuminati evil. I don't think it's necessarily their faults. I think the world made them evil. I do. I believe them when they say that. The world turned us this way. I believe them. Because I see why it does. And I'm not turning evil. People even say I'm the one. Oh my God, I went public with it. But either way, so you think, I'm talking to a few people right now that have fallen in love with me. You think murdering my babies is going to literally make it so you win and I'm going to fall in love with you? That is so fucked up and wrong and just not accurate. It's not even funny. And hold on one second. Why are these people talking across the street like I'm doing something wrong? Yelling at me with hate? What the fuck is that, dude? Can you just let me fucking be and record this shit? Am I bothering anybody? Go fuck yourself if I am. Go back inside your house. I'm literally at the train tracks, recording by myself, walking in circles. Okay, I love you too, thank you, but why is it hatred coming at me? Okay, but let me go back to what was I talking about? I'm gonna walk over here. What was I talking about though? Talking about, I don't remember what I was talking about. Let that get the best of me. It's things I need to work on too, but it is what it is. So pretty much why we've been losing is because they're a bunch of faggots. We've been losing to a bunch of faggots. Both terminologies. A faggot, take it in the ass, a guy taking an ass, and faggot, the way Eminem uses it when he described it in an interview, that he means you're a fag, his way of describing a fag. Both terminologies apply. And we have been losing because of faggots, literally. And I love everything and everybody, but I hate faggots. And I'm not saying that in a way I am homophobic or anything like that. It's not that. I mean, especially the way that Eminem uses it. The way he says acting like a fag. And kind of like South Park. Dude, what the fuck are you doing, dude? That shit that's going on right across the street. Because then it fucks me up. Then I got spit on my screen, and I want to blame them, but now they're just saying, why is he blaming us? Because I spit on my screen explaining you what you're fucking doing, why it's bothering me, and that's how I got spit on my screen, so now I got to wipe it off, and that's because you're acting like a faggot. So that's why we've been losing. My dad warned me about this. Okay, my dad warned me about this. In a way, he didn't warn me. Sorry, my dad didn't warn me. My dad used that term when I was a kid. Obviously, I knew what it meant. And no, I'm not homophobic. I don't even hate necessarily that type of faggots. I don't hate homosexuals. I don't. It's mainly that type, the type that Eminem says when he explains what calling someone a fag, kind of like how South Park uses it. Mainly that one. I don't hate homosexuals at all. I don't. They can annoy the fuck out of me. They pissed me off before. Not to go out on a topic about this. But I'm just saying that's why we're losing. And no one saw this coming. Love is losing because of this factor. Or it seems like we've been losing because of this. And that's what I was talking about. So, yeah. So, if you're in love with me, the one way you want to get me to stop talking to you, or the one way you want to get it so I will never be with you, is to go out and murder one of my babies or one of my fans. That's definitely going to make it so I don't ever want to be with you, don't ever want to talk to you. If I am talking to you, it's from a distance. Why would you think that means you win? You think you can just murder a bunch of people that are in love with me, that I love because they're my babies or my fans, and that I'm going to want to be with you because you're alive? No. Fuck no. I'm going to want to see you face the death penalty. That's what I'm going to want to do. And maybe they're right. Maybe I'll make this all better. Maybe I have the answers and they believe that. And that's true. That's cool. But the fact that you use that as leverage to do more evil shit. You don't want me to call you out, but I want to call you out. And I don't see why it matters. It's not like that many people view my YouTube videos anyways. But that's why you're going out with Lucifer. You understand? I'm not telling you to go kill yourself. I'm not even saying in the future... Like you said, I might be able to make it all better. I'm telling you why you are doing that, why that's going on, which is good for you. Okay? But I'm telling you why. Because you think you can use that as leverage. You're using my goodness and trying to take advantage of that. The fact that I have the capability of making this all better and all good. Whether you believe me or not, I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, like, and you're using it against me, and I know you are. And it's annoying, because that means you're going to murder more people. You understand? Or that means you're capable of doing that. That means you haven't learned at all, and more people are in harm's way, and that's not cool. That's not fucking cool, I'm sorry. No. Okay? Sometimes, I have 5 minutes. Sometimes people, there will be a duel, right? A duel. I know it says not to murder in the Bible, but sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands. Sometimes things get out of hand. Sometimes there's duel, like Alex Berg and Alexander Hamilton had a duel. They both shot each other at the same time. They both died laying there. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes disputes get way out of hand. And that's what happened between me. If you really want to know, I've never went public with this, really, not on a video. Me, Arnell, T.I., and Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne supplied the cigarette. I prayed. T.I. was the coach. Arnell was the shooter. And we handled a dispute that got way out of hand. And that's okay. That happens. That would be killing someone. To me, that's killing someone. And that was a fair fight. That was a one-on-one. That was a fair fight. Whether I prayed or not, his friends could have prayed too. So that was a fair fight. That happens. That's not murder, okay? Sometimes there's people on this planet that have extra special qualities that people want to acknowledge or not. And that is what it is. I mean, and they have the ability to take those. I understand certain things better than some people. I don't know how. I just always have since my identity crisis, which has been 10 years. But that's regardless. That's not what this is about. The whole point of that was saying that's not murder, though, to me. That's killing. Killing's different. Murder is literally unjust, fucked up, and wrong. Okay? I don't want to keep going in this because I know it will scare people, but at one point I'm just going to have to be brutally honest with people about what's going on. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to say one thing. They have been using my passcode to manipulate the women on my passcode, manipulating what I'm actually saying, and I'm unaware of what they're doing, even though I'm aware of it. And they're kidnapping these girls, and they're murdering them. And I wrote letters to Congress or the Criminal Justice Department about what they've been doing. I posted on my Instagram. I've made warning videos, but honestly, it hasn't been enough. And this is hard for me to do this. It's hard for me to say this because it's so fucked up. But I mean, I just got to be blunt with you. That's what they're doing. And no, I'm not evil. Even if I have a drug addiction problem or not, you can't use that as a cop-out. Their plan was to make me, I don't know why you can't see this. I see this so clearly. Maybe it's because I'm the one that they're trying to victimize or whatever, or using as an excuse to do evil things. They're trying to, but you guys don't see it. So I'm going to try to point this out to you. They are using me, taking me, using drugs, which they put everybody's hatred on me, which makes me want to use drugs, but I'm saying I can handle it. I'm trying to say I can handle this, even though they put all their hatred on me, and that's resulting in me using or getting high. I'm trying to say it's okay, I can handle this, it's going to make me a stronger person, but I really wouldn't mind if they got everybody's hatred off me, because then I would stop getting high. But I'm almost clean. It's hard to explain. The point is, they want to use me using drugs to justify them murdering people. That's literally what they're trying to do, and it's almost worked. Whether there's a correlation there or not, I don't understand how me shooting up means you shoot somebody. I don't believe that. I mean, I've seen it. I see what they're talking about. But the fact that they're trying to use me and say I'm the evil person because I get high, and what they're doing is okay, I'm the one who's evil because I'm using drugs, is insane. To say there's no difference between using drugs and murder is just being moronic. Like, you gotta acknowledge the difference. Murder is way worse than getting high. Everybody on this planet, at least half the planet's getting high nowadays. I blame myself for that. I don't know how much control or how much influence I have on people, whether you believe me or not. Or how much I did have. But the point is, they're trying to say he's using drugs and he's the evil person, and you just buy right into it. I've heard people in the military, or at least people in that have some sort of power in America, say, oh yeah, he's using drugs, that makes him evil. So you think every person who uses drugs is evil. And I've heard them say, yeah. And that's sad, dude. You just classify every drug addict as an evil person because they're getting high. That's not true, dude. It doesn't make you evil. Okay? I don't understand this concept, and I'll leave it at that, and I'll make a next video later. With 20 seconds left, I don't understand how you go to hell and you get to use heroin. Heroin would be like a heavenly thing to me. This is how I look at it, dude. If I get to go to hell and use heroin and get to shoot up, like that would be awesome. Like that would not be a bad thing. No, the way I look at it is you go to heaven and then you get to do that there because it makes you feel good. I'm out, gcal540, love you guys, peace.